Hello there, and welcome to another Starfield ship review video. In today's video, we have the Ecliptic Stiletto, or in my case, the Ecliptic Stiletto 2. So, the number that precedes, the number that comes after the name of the ship, determines the tier system of the ship. So, usually ships are between tier 1 and tier 3. Some ships will go up to tier 4, depending, but yeah. So, the tier just increases the base stats of the vessel. So aesthetically, ships will still be the exact same. For this one, the Tier 2 has an A-class reactor with 23 power. A Tier 1 version might only have 20 power, whereas a Tier 3 version might have 28 power, and vice versa. But yeah, aesthetically, ship stays the same. Anyway, let's get into it. So this is a vessel utilized by the Ecliptic mercenary faction. They're one of the generic bad guys. This is a tile vessel, I believe, that's been repurposed. Quite an interesting vessel. It's got that design on the back, the little kind of extension is really cool. It makes me think like it should be carrying cargo at the back. Like it looks like something that, like you could easily jettison. But yeah, all in all, it's a pretty interesting ship. It's got a, stat-wise, it's got 420 fuel. Hi. Yeah, I'm a child at heart. Which is quite good. As I say, any fuel over 200 is really good. 420, you could keep jumping to, jump wherever you want, basically. It's got a hull of 571, which is incredibly low. Like, it is an A-class vessel, but you would think with it having the weaponry it has and kind of the layout, you would think it would have a little bit more hull. Now, obviously, with hull, it can be hard to increase hull because you have to add more components, but yeah. And then it's got a cargo capacity of 200, which comes completely from the cockpit, which I believe is a samurai cockpit. For the reactor, like I said, we've got an A-class reactor with 23 power, which for an A-class isn't bad. The highest class reactor you can get in the game is 33 for A-class, I believe, or 31. So I'd probably recommend upgrading that. It's got a crew of 4, which is actually kind of nice. Some of the larger Ecliptic vessels don't have the crew compartment in. So the jump range of 27 light years, which is not bad. It's quite good. It's only 3 off of max. You can go to probably like 80% of the systems with the stock configuration. Shields are quite low, 485. You could definitely pump that up a little bit. I want to say the highest A-class shield is like 900, and I know the highest A-class version of this shield, you can see it on the back tail, is I believe 850. It's got 2 sets of weapons, a pair of lasers, and a pair of ballistic cannons. So yeah, let's go check it out. So, like always with a lot of these reviews, I sell the ship before I do the review, just so I can see the stats when I buy it back, because when I buy it, it changes all the stats because I have perks. But you can usually find this, you can only find this in combat, so you have to kind of go out in space and hope you get attacked by the Ecliptic Merc factions. You can also find them on planets. Like, I found this one actually, previously when I used to look for ships, like enemy ships, I would just kind of like jump around in system, making little jumps to planets and hope to get attacked. Whereas you can do that, obviously. You can also land on planets, and then every time you land, there's a high chance of a ship flying over your ship and landing nearby. And if you want to be a little bit cheeky, you can reload the autosave just as you leave your ship, and it will spawn like a new random encounter. That's how I actually found this ship, because originally I found one on a planet and then it disappeared, so I spent like an hour trying to do that method. But anyway, yeah, it's not a hard ship to find, you just kind of have to be lucky. Anyway, let's go check it out. So it's quite a long ship. Sorry, that was a bit weird. I thought quite a long ship, which is pretty interesting. It really does. The back looks like it's supposed to extend. I don't know what the design styling is. Alright, anyway, let's go check it out. I want to check we have to go through the back, entry in the back. Yeah, no, this back section makes me think that, you should have some storage here, like some cargo containers. We'll see if we can snap some when we do the teardown the end. Quite like this landing gear. This is one of the tile landing gears. Looks really cool. Anyway, let's enter the back for the tile. Something I noticed about tile is they don't have a med pack, which is kind of interesting. We have a door, which is always nice. Just gonna board this.
This is where I belong. And you're here when you got a moment.
So we have a 1x1 storage room, Tayo storage room, on the bottom. And then if we open the door, we have another 1x1 storage room that's slightly more messy. Which is interesting, I suppose. And then if we come up here on the top, we have another 1x1 storage room. And we have the docking room on top. And then we have the crew control room here, the control station. It's a bit of a mess. There definitely wasn't a firefight in here at some point. But yeah, it's nice when ships have these, just gives you more crew capacity. And then we have the bridge. I believe it was a samurai bridge. I like this bridge. I've said it before. It's a very cool bridge. But I feel like with these seats here, they're so far forward that it makes me think that I'm just like a chauffeur rather than the captain. Also, your crew will sit here, and because there's nothing like restricting their sidelines, they will talk to you a lot more. So I think it'd be better if these seats were moved back to, like, say, here. You know, just so they can, you know, not be in your way. But anyway, let's hop in and take her for a spin, shall we? That long tail looks... It actually, now that I think of it, it looks like the engines, like, almost like it can fold in. For like storage. Anyway, let's take it off, see how the power... I'm assuming the power is going to be quite good, just because... Yeah, it is. We're not running anything groundbreaking when it comes to engines and shields currently, so we'll be able to use most of it. Plus, it's only got 2 weapons. That's weapons. It's a cool ship, though. I feel like a lot of the tire ships are very large and kind of unnecessarily wide. This one's quite good. So as always, I have a perk that increases my power, so for the sake of this review, we're not going to be using that 5 power at the bottom. So, quick weapons test. A pair of lasers. And then we have a pair of ballistic cannons. We have a speed of 150, which is quite nice. And we have a boost speed of... Okay, this is fast. Yeah, this feels really fast. But boost speed of around 600, which is really, really good. I mean, it's an A-class, so it is. Quick agility test, if we pitch up. Oh, yeah, this is fast. This is like easily an 8. Yeah, that's like an 8 on the pitch. Yaw is... Yaw's about the same. And then roll. Roll's quite good, okay. So we're going to really quickly head back down to the planet now and do a teardown, just to show you what it's built like. Okay, so here we are. So we've only got 2 sections this time because the ship's quite small. So in the front here we have the Samurai cockpit from Tayo. It's got 200 cargo and 2 crew station. Behind that we have the Tayo control station 2x1 top A. This gives 4 extra crew. And then behind that we have the Tayo storeroom 1x1 top B with the Tayo port 200 docker top extender. And then at the back here, we have a pair of these Ares DT50 engines from Panoptes. They're A-class, 2 power, 12,400 engine thrust, and 2430 maneuvering thrust. Now, I don't think there's going to be any Panoptes engines here, but we shall see. Oh, no, there is. I'm blind. These are the DT50, so I think these are the best, are they? No, there's not. There's one better here. So this would increase our... It would increase our engine thrust by an extra 1,600 and our maneuvering thrust by 170. So, yeah, it's not too expensive to upgrade it. Requires a 3 starship design, but it's probably not really worth it. I mean, it gets a little lighter, so maybe that's if you want to do that. And then for the engine, we have the reactor, we have a Tokamak X200 reactor from Jiang. It's an A-class with 23 power. Now, I don't believe they're going to have any of these ones here. No, you're not. Okay. So, I believe there is a higher one, but I'm not 100% sure. I know that we can go with this bad boy here. If you want a higher reactor, this is the best one for the A-class. So we just pull this out and slap this in here instead. Now, obviously, it changes the aesthetic a little bit, but it doesn't actually look that bad. We'd have to move this to the front if we did that. But yeah, that's just an upgrade path. Now, the price-wise, obviously, this one comes to the ship. It's 17K, 70.5K, and it requires Starship Design 1. This one requires Starship Design 4, so it's quite pricey. Now, if you wanted to, let's see what we could get without needing. So what one is this? This is 23. Can we get any better? Probably not. We've got a 28 here, if you were going to go down that route. These toroidals. Yeah, no, if you want to upgrade, you're basically going to need the perk. Anyway, put them back where we found them. Alright, and then in the other part of the ship, the middle, we have the 1x1 storeroom mid and another 1x1 storeroom mid, and then we have the ship landing bed from Tayo, ship bed 200. Now, I'd probably remove these and put like a 2x1 from Tayo, potentially a workshop or a captain's quarters if you're feeling like that, or maybe an armory if you want to, Weapon-wise, we've got two of these KE-20 autocannons, A-class, ballistic solutions incorporated, by the way. They're 960 range, 6.65 fire rate, 12 damage to hull, and 3 power each. And then behind them, we have the Reza 45 GHC megawatt pulse laser from Shinigami. A-class, 960 range, 6.65 fire rate, 11 damage to shields, and they require 4 power. And then we have the R3000 Alpha Grav Drive from Relodyne, A-Class, 9 power requirement and 23 grav jump thrust, which in the current config gives us 27 jump range. Now, I believe we have an R4000 here. It gives us 27. So it's 3k more expensive, requires Starship Design 2, but if we added it, it would give us 30 light years, so the max you can get. That's the upgrade path if you want to keep the ship aesthetically the same. And then we have for landing gear, so we have two of these Pinpoint 3G landing gear. We've got port 4 and starboard 4. And then we have 4 of these Pinpoint 3G landing gear, 2 mid, and 2 starboard mid and 2 port mid. We have 2 of these H10 Atlas HE3 fuel tanks from Dogstar, 210 each, which gives us a nice bit of fuel. And then behind that, we have the Pinpoint 4G Plus landing gear from Tayo. And then for the aesthetics, we have the Tayo braking engine there. So put the ship back together. So I just want to see if I can snap some items to this, because there's not a lot of storage currently. So let's see if it'll let us. It's probably not going to. No. Okay. Interesting. So, like, aesthetically, what about this? These look cool aesthetically, right? But what's preventing us from doing just this? Ah, the landing gear is preventing us from doing just this. Okay, fair. See, I'm not really sure. There's not really much you can do because the shape is quite unique. I'm just trying to see if you could fit some storage somewhere. Maybe. Oh, this one to snap somewhere. Oh. Okay, so you could technically do the little technique here if you wanted to. I'm just going to show you real quick. So you grab it, it snaps in there, you flip it, and then bang, and then there it is. Now, it's very heavy, and it looks a bit funky, but you get a little bit more cargo. The thing is, if I was gonna modify the weapons, I'd probably, because this is a kind of a lower entry level ship, I'd probably sacrifice these ones, these Reza pulse lasers, and I would instead replace them with, well, see, right. So there's 2 ways you can go about this. If you want to have a little bit of, like, variability with laser and kinetic weapons, I'd swap them out for 2 of these here. 2 of these Dragon 221 pulse lasers. They require 1 less power, so you have more power. Or if you wanted straight overkill, I would go straight down to these auto electric ones, and I would slap down 3-4 of these bad boys. Generally, the reason I would say, like, to go with a lower, to to go with like a lower pulse laser, or like a lower weapon thing, is because you want better shields. So these shields here, we've got the Marduk. This is the 1020A shield generation protectorate systems. It's got A class, 5 power requirements, only got 485. Now I know for a fact with shields we have way better shields, so we'll see here. So this goes all the way up to the 40, which is 760. I know there is a 50 somewhere that increases to like 800. So this one requires Starship 4, which increases the price, doubles the price, but makes it so you get an extra like 300. Now obviously if you don't have that, you can get with some of the other ones. There's also these ones here. These Protectorate shield generator systems from Dogstar, again, about the same price, same defensiveness. And then I believe that's it for A-Class, yeah. So all in all, that's the ship. There's not really, there's a weapon hardpoint up here, the equipment plate. And we have these spines here. I feel like I didn't mention them right, but yeah, we have these spines here. Equipment plate up here, so you could, in theory, you could like mount another weapon up here if you want to. I really love these equipment plates, they're really cool. Yeah, there's not like much you can really do to the ship without drastically, like you could drastically overhaul it and make it really custom. But that would change like the shape and the design, and then it wouldn't really be this sort of ship. But anyway, that was the ship. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Have you guys flown this or the original Taio version? And if you have you made any modifications on it? Because it's an interesting ship. It looks really, really cool. It's got that kind of it's got that Taio look. As always, thanks for watching, guys. Hold on, my dog just walked past. I don't know if you heard that. Don't forget to subscribe if you like this sort of content, and also don't forget to check out my other reviews. And also, thanks for watching.